3 shows this week. I think most of you do know that because we've done a ton of promotion. OMA Display in LA, we're calling it. It's going to be informative and fun, and we're going to have cocktail parties and lunches and great presentations. And we urge you to think about staying or coming for all 3 days. I've been told to announce that the Wi-Fi code printed in the bulletin or the program is wrong. I'm not sure why, but those things happen. It's actually OMA, all 4 letters, lowercase, OMA. So give that a try and let us know if there's any further problem with connecting. So we have a presentation from our sponsor, Martini Media. We're delighted for their support. Coming up to talk with you this morning will be Luke Burke. He's VP of West Coast Sales, Martini Media. Luke?
Good morning, and thank you. On behalf of Martini Media and the rest of the sponsors, we're excited to be here at OMA 2013 Premium Display, and excited to see some friendly faces out there. Usually when Martini Media sponsors an event, we usually just make martinis for people, but since it's 8:45 in the morning, I guess we're going to talk about content this morning, which is another thing we do pretty well as well. So let's jump right into it real quick and kind of talk to you a little bit about what we're seeing in the marketplace and then kind of some of the things that we're doing as well. I don't want this to feel like a sales pitch at all. This is really supposed to be more of a industry-wide things that we're seeing kind of a thing. So let's kind of jump in here real quick. See if this works. Oh, there we go. All right. So obviously, as we all know, digital advertising has evolved throughout the years. We started out with banners, moving to email. We started moving into rich media. And today we're dealing with the IAB Rising Star units. And as you can see, we're definitely evolving in that capacity. So I think the biggest challenge that we've seen with ad units, particularly the big ones, is just scale and distribution. Not all publishers are offering IAB Rising Star units at this point, but we're seeing more and more that being the case, and advertisers are asking for it more and more. Me personally, every RFP that we see come through is asking for IAB Rising Star units now, which is great. It gives you a bigger platform to showcase site, motion, sound, some of these things that were not available with standard banners and even with rich media. Everything from billboards to portraits to film strips, slideshows, sliders, sidekicks. These are the types of units that we can do some really unique, fun things that we were kind of handcuffed with before by only running a 300 by 250 and a 728 by 90. And we're seeing some great examples of some things out in the marketplace right now. Rising Stars, according to Moat, deliver 3 times the engagement that you would find with standard ad units. And that's interaction rate is 3 times, and interaction time is 2x. Those are huge numbers when you consider the goals of a campaign, really to get the attention and the interaction rate of potential customers. So big numbers to note there. The challenges in the past, it's difficult to grab the consumer's attention. And we know that it's difficult to get people to engage with a standard 300 by 250 and a 728 by 90. The solution is what we found: engagement increases when you start working more with premium content. And what we mean by that, it's not just necessarily being surrounded by the right content on a publisher and being in a contextually relevant environment, but actually having a content marketing plan in place. So 92% of brands have some sort of content strategy in place right now, and that's according to eConsultancy. It's the #1 priority according to eMarketer for brands in 2013, content marketing. And according to Yahoo, 76% of consumers crave content. So content and marketing, when you can add content to your brand message, it becomes less of we're trying to sell you something and more of we're trying to provide value to you. And so what we've come up with, there's some unique ideas that we're doing at Martini Media in order to inject content into IAB Rising Star units in order to increase engagement across the board. So example of what we've done here for our client Bentley. You've got your, it's a 300 by 1050 portrait unit. At the top, you've got your logo or the theme of a message of the campaign. You've got your video here. This is expandable if you'd like. You've got a call to action down at the bottom, store locator, whatever. You've also got sharing capabilities. But here's the exciting stuff. So we've gone out and we've partnered with about 20 different publishers, well-known publishers from Forbes to Photos to several others. And what we have the ability to do is pull in articles from these different from these different publishers and inject them into these units, and basically aligning the brand with a message from a publisher that isn't necessarily content from themselves. So how does that work? What does that look like? In keeping with the theme of martini and shaking things up. So basically, as I mentioned, we've got about 20 different publisher partners that we can work with, from VentureBeat to Sports Grid to New York Observer to Tennis to Forbes, so on and so forth. And so we take a look at the goals of the campaign and we say, okay, the theme here is this, and so this publisher makes sense. So let's pull in some articles from this publisher and inject them into the ad. We curate that content, whether it's 3, 6, 9, 12 articles, however many we want, and put them into the ad unit. We serve them across Martini Media's premium network of sites. And then if you click on any of those articles, it'll take you to that article on Forbes, Photos, whatever it happens to be, and our client has a roadblock of 100% share of voice on the page from there. So again, aligning your brand with the theme and another publisher and content. We also add social elements to it as well, so you can push out your message and you know, have the ability to gain that sorted added value there. Premium content is pushed to users and it creates social activity, so that works well. Just another example here. One of the things that we're able to do is not only optimize the campaign across our 1,000 premium publishers, we're able to optimize the articles as well. We can say, okay, look, like these, if we're running 12 different articles, these are the types of articles that we're seeing more engagement with, more people are engaging with this content, and we can test all that stuff out. Doesn't necessarily have to be third-party content from one of our premium publishers. We've got social content with bloggers and influencers as well, that we can put things in there. We can put video content into that module with sight, sound, and motion. We can even localize these campaigns now, where we've got local content in some of our units now running as well. And even product content, customer reviews, things like that. So a lot of different unique things that we can do, which we were never able to do with a standard 720 by 90 and 300 by 250. Now we've got these large platforms to where we can tell a branding story. We can do some branding in the middle with, you know, third-party content or your own content, and then we can have a call to action down at the bottom. Again, I mentioned just continually optimizing the campaign, whether it's across sites, whether it's across the content, whether it's across different ad units, all these different things. But through our numbers, we've seen engagement increase 33% when we add content into an ad unit. It could be third party, it could be your own content. We actually see higher engagement when it's third party content as opposed to your own content as a brand. But engagement increasing 33% just by adding content into an ad unit. That's a huge number when you can turn your engagement number up that much. Let's see what else we got here. Just a couple more examples of some really good units that we've run for people. Pellegrino, partnering with Forbes or with Photos to run some great content there. Fidelity running some Forbes content in the middle of theirs. Everybody's got video at the top. UBS running some with Investment Week, and obviously Bentley. This was with the Fiscal Times. So that's all we've got. Open to questions, and would love to get your thoughts on things. I'm around all day too, but thanks for the time. Appreciate it.
Does anybody have any questions for Luke right now? Nope. And Luke, you're going to be here all day, right?
I'm here all day.
All right, so I can grab you.